And we are live! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Saven's World. My name is Saven, and welcome to the Infected! Oh, we're jumping back into it, guys. So I recently started a brand new series for this game, and today we're going to hop into my exploration world, and we've got some stuff to try out. I'm really excited to show you guys some more of the advanced items and stuff like that. So yeah, it's going to be really, really good, guys. I love this game. It is so much fun, and I'm excited to show you guys what this is all about. Real quick, before we do jump into things, let's see here. Bojan, sorry, man, I really apologize if I'm butchering your name, but welcome to the stream. Patrick, welcome to the stream. Shannon, good to see ya. Kelly, welcome to the stream, good to see ya. Delama, thank you very much for joining. Mirny, welcome to the stream, and the Thunder Monkey, thank you very, very much for joining the stream tonight. So before we get into things, guys, I did need to make a couple of announcements. First thing I need to talk about is my publish schedule. As you guys know, I was ill for the past week. Feeling a lot better though, so thank you very much to everybody who wished me a speedy recovery and all that. Had to cancel last week's stream, which sucks. I really hate having to do that, but you know what? When you're not feeling well, you're not feeling well, and you gotta, rest up and come back stronger than you were before, hopefully. But that being said, here, let me turn that off. I don't need that on. I am gonna be switching up my upload. My upload schedule just a little bit. The reason being, I am going back to work full time, so that's going to leave less time to record and create videos. So I am going back to my original upload schedule of Monday and Wednesday, and then streaming on Fridays. So did want to let you guys know that. So once the videos start going back to Monday, Wednesday, you'll know exactly why. Yeah, with rising gas prices and food prices and everything's going up, I would need to go back to working full time just to keep myself going. So I wanted to let you guys know that before that actually kicks off. It's actually going to kick off next week. I have videos ready to go. We'll have videos ready to go for Monday, Wednesday next week, and we're going to be getting back to that normal streaming time. So, second announcement is over the summer, I am going to be switching up my schedule again because Friday is not going to be a good streaming day. Where I live very close to an outdoor venue that has almost every Friday has things going on, has events, and it gets very, very loud on Friday evenings. So that means that unfortunately I'm not going to be able to stream on Fridays. I mean, it's really, really loud. So I'm going to be switching up my streaming schedule. I haven't decided which day I want to pick to stream instead of Friday evenings. As soon as I do know, I will keep you guys all posted. But again, I did want to let you know the goings on before just didn't want to drop things on you and from out of nowhere. So yeah, that's it. That's all the announcements I've got for you guys here. Oh, hold on one second. Let me just double check and make sure that we are looking good here. Yep, we're looking good. Looking good. All right. Shane, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. First time seeing a live. Oh, that is awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Also, guys, as you guys know, I've started the Saven's World live channel where I upload the live stream replays on that channel once the stream is over. So if you ever miss any of the stream and you want to go back and watch it and you can't find it on the main channel, that's because I've migrated all the streaming stuff over to the live channel. So in the description of this video, you'll find a link to the Saven's World live channel. you can head over there and find all of my live streams there. Just so you guys are aware. Is The Infected a new type of online Steam game? It is a Steam game. It's been out for about a year, year and a half, I think. I think it's been about a year and a half. I've featured this channel a few times on. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Shannon. Thank you very much for posting that for me. There you go, there, guys. That's the link to the Saven's World Live channel for you. Yeah, so I've posted this, or I've showcased this game a few times on the channel, and like I said, I've got the brand new series going. It's an awesome, in my opinion, awesome game. It's still in alpha, so it's still in development. Keep that in mind if you decide to give it a try. But it's really cheap on Steam. It's like $15 or something like that. It's a single player game. So it is a single player. You have to play, in a single player world. There's no like multiplayers or servers or anything like that. So, but it's a blast. And one really cool thing about it is, similar to 7 Days to Die, it has kind of a creative mode. It has what is called a free build mode. So you can pretty much build any of the placeable items. So here, let me show you real quick. If you go into you press I to bring up your inventory, and then you click on the book icon here. There are the 3 tabs here that have all of the craftable items in the game, and it tells you how to craft them, what you need. So we have our construction. This is how to build structures: foundations, walls, ceilings, roofs, stairs, doors, railings, and other. And then you have the placeable. These are like your workstations, your storage items, stuff to make power, all the equipment that you need to craft food recipes, the various furniture items that you can make, and then other is just other general stuff that you can enhance, or you can use to enhance your playthrough. And then you have all your tools in the itempedia. You've got weapons, resources, food and drink, seeds, armor, clothing, other, and then bulk items. And when you have free mode enabled, you can pretty much build anything for free. So here, let me show you what you can do here. So let's say, all right, I want to build a foundation. You place the foundation down, and boom, it's automatically built. You don't have to add the resources to it. It's cool. What I love about it is that you can use this mode to kind of test the building mechanics in the game, because the building mechanics are much different than 7 Days to Die. They they're similar to The Forest, from what I'm told. They have a similar style to The Forest, which sometimes trying to build structures and get the shapes and everything, kind of get everything looking the way you want, it's a little bit more cumbersome than 7 Days to Die definitely has a lot more building options, but it's a completely different building style. But the great thing about this mode is you can pretty much just build to your heart's desire, So if you look on the map here, I'm in the same location where the series is being held. This is where I decided to build, or start my build in the series. And I have a bunch of great ideas on what I would like to do in that series, well, how I'd like to build things and all that fun stuff. But there's no guarantees that my ideas are executable. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little bit of test building. I want to test out some of the shapes, test out some of the features and that kind of thing. And just to get started, I jumped in here for, I don't know, what maybe an hour or so earlier today, just to plop down a bunch of stuff to get us going. Because you can spawn in any placeable items, but you can't spawn in like resources. So like iron, wood logs, and fibers, all that fun stuff. Yeah, you can't spawn that in. So you have to actually use some of the items in the game in order to collect or start making those. So I plopped down a whole bunch of windmills here, and I've got oil rig here. I ran off to the three caves here. So they got a cave here, cave here, cave here. In the recent update, he completely changed the mining system. It used to be there were mining locations. So like you see these kind of brown areas right here. Those are kind of flat building spaces, kind of very similar to where we're at now. So if you look over here, let me show you here. See how it's nice and flat? And there's a bunch of rocks and resources and trees right around here. Most players like to pick places like this, the brown patches like this, because it gives you a nice flat space that you can build your base in, which is really cool. So I ran, but previously these brown spaces used to be mining locations to get specific ore types. So you could put down a mineral extractor on a site and then get aluminum, or put one on a site, get cobalt, put one on a site, get copper, and then put them pretty much anywhere and get iron. And it's changed slightly. Now you have to go to the caves and you place your extractors in the caves, and each of the caves will give you will let you mine for a specific resource. And then I forget which is which, but one of these is cobalt, one of these is aluminum, and one of these is copper. And then iron, you can pretty much put your extractors down anywhere. So over here, I've got a whole bunch of extractors. Some of them oh yeah, this one's already full. Perfect. So some of them are getting iron ore. So you can have it extract stone, or you can leave it unchecked and extract the ore itself. But I've got a whole bunch of those going, just so we can get some of the resources that we're going to need, or that we may need. Who knows? We may need it, we may not. And then I also went ahead and got myself my backpack, and went ahead and built up some tools as well. So just a little bit of prep work to prepare for the stream. So yeah, that is the plan for today, guys. We are going to try out, and I'd like to get your guys' feedback. My plan for this area is, first and foremost, in the center. Well, not first and foremost. This is actually going to be a later build. We have to build some of the other stations first. But in the center, I am going to be building a giant castle. If you guys know me, you know I absolutely love castles. I love building them in building games. One of the very first videos I ever did was a video tour of one of my first base build on console in 7 Days to Die, where I built what I called Castle Steel. Gigantic castle made entirely out of steel. I kind of want to replicate that in the Infected a little bit, although you can't do steel in this game. It's concrete is the upgraded material that's in the game currently. So yeah, that's going to be in the center, and then that'll be kind of like the focal point of the base in the center of the area here. We'll have Castle Steel, and honestly, Castle Steel is just a vanity project. It's just gonna be a giant castle with a throne in the center. Yeah, it's pretty much gonna be a giant castle to house a throne room. That's it. And then everything around it is going to be all of the working areas. So I'm going to have a working area for woodworking. So we're going to have our the circular saw benches. We're going to have those in there. I'm going to fill it with log holders and all that fun stuff, and plank holders, and that's going to be my woodworking area. And then we're going to have another area, kind of like a blacksmithing area. It's going to be housing all of our brick forges and the anvil and everything that we would need to smelt down all the resources. So like the stones and the copper ore and aluminum ore and cobalt ore, all of that. We're gonna have those, and that's actually gonna be one of the first builds we make. The smelting area or the blacksmith area. The woodworking area is going to be a second area, and then we're going to have a third area that's going to be the kitchen, kind of like a kitchen / food area. So that's where we're going to put all of our, prep tables and butcher tables and all that fun stuff. And then I'm going to have it separated. So I'm going to have like a slaughterhouse portion of that area, that's where the butcher table goes. That's where you're going to bring the animals when you're preparing, you're butchering them up. And then attached to that, we'll have a kitchen area, which is, it's going to be separate, because you don't like to see how the sausage is made, right? You don't want to see the animals when you're cooking. You don't want to see the animals being slaughtered. So, of course, you got to separate the kitchen from the slaughterhouse. I mean, that just makes sense, right? So we're definitely going to be having that. And then attached to the kitchen area in some way, I want my greenhouses to sit so that we can access all of the plants that we will need. So yeah, I've got, and these are all going to be surrounding the giant castle in the middle. So giant castle in the middle, and then on the outside of the castle is going to be the various working stations. And I kind of want to structure them in a way so that it flows pretty naturally. Yet it still kind of feels kind of like a medieval village isn't really like the right word, but so like, how in medieval design you have usually the castle's sat in an area of prominence, right? And then either out in front or surrounding on the outsides, it had the workstations, like I said, the blacksmithing area and all the various shops and that kind of thing. But it was all kind of feeding into the castle where the noble lived or the king lived or whoever the head honcho at the time, wherever they were. That's kind of the idea that I had for this build. And the reason why I built this, or picked this area, which has a great amount of large flat, like a large flat area. Because this is what's great about because in this game, trying to build on, like, let me go over here. Trying to build on a hilly region, something like this, few issues. Number one, the vegetation, the foliage, it actually pops through or peeks through your foundation. So you put a foundation down. Here, I'll just show you here. So we put a foundation down. Oh, no way. Did he get rid of that? Holy crap. I might be wrong, guys. He might have actually fixed that. Did he fix it? He fixed it. He fixed it. Oh, beautiful. Oh, this dev is amazing. I did not even know he did that. That is so cool. So in previous versions, guys, all the foliage would just pop through the foundation. Oh, yeah, and there it is. Pops right back in once you... That's so cool. All right. Scratch what I just said. Previously, you'd put down a foundation and the foliage would pop through. But the other downside is when you have elevation changes, it really makes it difficult to match up because the way that the building system works in this game is it's kind of a snapping system. So let me demonstrate here. So if we throw down a foundation, you'll see, boom, it just kind of snaps into place. So if you're building on an elevated area, if one of your foundations reaches the edge of the slope, you can no longer snap them into place, which makes building can make building difficult, which is why the flat areas are much more desirable. Get rid of all these, don't need those. All right, so that is what we're looking at, guys. First thing I want to do though is, what do I have on me? Just a little bit of oil. Okay. see here. 535. I need to see. Let's check real quick here. Itempedia. What is Kevlar made out of? 3 cloth, 3 plastic, 10 fiber. Okay. Well, the first thing I need to do, guys, is get a bunch of plant fibers and a bunch of bark chips. I want to make up. I should have done this earlier. I didn't even think about it, but I want to make up a helmet in order to illuminate the night cycle, because it can get really, really dark. Also, I've turned in this mode. I've turned off the Vambies and the Predators, since we're not really. This isn't really a playthrough per se. It's more of just kind of an experimenting with the building mechanics and testing out some ideas of how we want these stations to look, and how we can get them to come together. All right. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Just chopping down trees, chopping down trees. We can go back through and grab all the logs. They don't despawn right away. There we go. And as you guys see, I'm able to chop these bad boys down quick. 2 reasons. I went ahead and made myself an upgraded axe, so I have an iron axe. And also, if you spam, like, if you take a look at my backpack, or my backpack here, you'll see that my axe is in slot number 1. If you spam the button that your item is in, as well as click the button to actually attack with it, boom, it actually interrupts the animation, so you can just do something like that, which makes gathering go so much quicker. I doubt that trick's going to be in the game for very much longer. I'm pretty sure the dev is aware of it. I'm pretty sure he's probably going to put a fix in there to take care of that. But we'll use it while we can for the time being. Alright, let's keep on rolling. Yeah, and I have a whole bunch of oil extractors going, because you need a ton of oil in this game, guys. You need oil for plastic. And plastic is used in so many things. So yeah, getting those oil extractors going and having them run for a while. I'm hoping I've set us up with enough items so that we can get everything made that we need to make here. There we go. There's stuck in a tree. We'll cut down these last 3 and then see where we're at here. Okay, let's head back to the area. We're gonna have to clear all this stuff out anyway, guys, because if we were gonna be doing some building, gonna have to clear out some space in order to get the building going. So, let's see, what did I miss in chat? Sorry, guys, I've been yapping along for a long time. I've missed some of the chat here. Kill those zombie jerks. I think they're Vambies here. Yep, Vambies, exactly. And like I said, guys, in this playthrough, we're not gonna be dealing with any of the Vambies. I turned them off for this. Oh yeah, we've got plenty. We've got plenty. Just so we're not constantly interrupted by a bunch of jerks. All right, plant fiber. So what was it again? 3 cloth, 3 plastic, 10 plant fibers. Okay, is there a bulk cloth recipe? 15 plant fibers, 25 bark. Okay. And is that on the loom? Yep, on the loom. Okay. So we're going to try to get... that's the first thing I want to do is... alright, split this in half. Split that in half. Split 1. There we go. 15. Whoa! Nope. That's not what I wanted to do. I didn't mean to drop it. Darn it. Now I'm going to have to do that all over again. Alright. Try that again. Split half. Split half. Split half. There we go. And this, we will split that in half. Split that in half. All right. That's what we were looking for. Bop, bop. Craft those. Don't forget the moat. Oh, yeah. I wish I could make a moat in this version. On the console version, I actually made a moat of log spikes upside down all the way around. Oh, it was so cool. Castle with a throne and a lot of storage bins. Exactly. Super chops. Yes. Oh, I love it. All right. Let's keep on splitting this up here. 15 and 5. Oh, darn it. Wrong click. There we go. And then for plastic, I think I need to make a chemistry station. Is that right? I think I've got enough room here to throw down a chemistry station. Placeable chemistry table. I always forget which ways. I won't. All right, that's fine. Okay, what was 3 cloth, 3 plastic, 10 plant fiber. All right, so we need to go grab some oil. So we'll head around over here. We've got a whole bunch of these guys ready to go here. Hopefully this will be enough oil to get us everything we need. I don't know if it will be, but if it's not, we can always come back and get more later, because they are going to constantly be getting us oil. All right, heading on back. What do we got? Okay, I believe it's same with oil, right? 15 oil for plastic. Yep, 15 oil, 25 bark. Might have to go make up some more. There we go. Split half. Split half. There we go. Let's just go ahead and make up what we can here. There we go. $15. There we go. Okay, 20 plastic. Let's see what we can do with this here. Hopefully we have enough. Bulk items. Kevlar. 3. Okay, so 9 cloth, 9 plastic. I think we will have enough to make this. I believe. Although, I might have to make 5 more cloth. Actually, I think I need to make 3 more cloth, if my math is right here. Itempedia. So 3, 5. Ooh, do I have enough bark chips? I hope so. Oh, let's try here. Okay. Split this in half. And there's that. There's that. Craft that. All right. And it was... Let's move all of those and move... Oh. Try that again. It was 9. 9 and 30, right? For 3. Split, 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 split. 30. 9. 9. There we go. That's 6. What else do I need? Three more cloth And a copper ingot. Oh, crap. We have to go to our copper mine. Because I don't think I have a copper ingot on me. Oh! Okay. Not a problem. So, we will, Oh, I need to make one more cloth. Itempedia. Other cloth. 3 and 5. Okay. Alright, split half. Look at that. Gathered almost exactly enough bark chips. There we go. 3. There's the 6. An almost perfect amount of oil as well. Oh, beautiful. So now we just need to go and grab ourselves copper ingot. Not a problem. Which one is the copper mine, though? I forget. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go for a run, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm really excited for you guys to see the next episode of The Infected. I got a lot of work done. So since in the playthrough, normally your swarms start at day 10, so it gives you 10 days to get organized, get ready to go. But I bumped that down to 5. So we're kind of in the next episode. I'm scrambling trying to get my my swarm base ready to go at the same time, finishing up some basics. All right, this is. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's perfect. 2, 3, 4, 5. We just need one more. That'll give us 10, right? Okay. 10 is the exact amount you need for one of the brick forges. I picked correctly. I saw a road. Any vehicles in this game? Yes, there is a truck in the game. It's actually really, really cool. It's got a gigantic flatbed in the back that you can like stock. You can either it can either hold like I think it's 22 logs at a time, or you can just fill it with a whole bunch of storage crates. It makes doing your mining runs so much quicker. You can just take the truck, and if you take the truck and then just you can, because all of the cave systems here, they're right off the roads, which is perfect. Do not try to take the truck off road. You have to stay on the roads. It'll bounce. It'll run into trees left and right if you try to go off road with it. So yeah, stay on the roads. But yeah, you can actually just take your truck, boom, all the way around. So it'll make getting ores really, really quick. And it's fast. It's a very fast vehicle. Ooh, it's getting dark. I was hoping to have this done before it got dark, but looks like we're almost there. All we have to do is cook up this copper here. There we go. Cook you up. Wait for that to cook, and we'll be good. Just oh, that's all spoiled. Good. Spoiled food is not the worst thing in the world, guys. Excuse me. My voice is still a bit scratchy. See if we can do some Tetris here. There we go. Now the plastic should fit. Perfect. Okay. Normally, I wouldn't just sit around and wait for stuff to cook. Normally, I'd be running my butt off trying to multitask, because you don't really want to waste time in this game. The progression is awesome. having to go from one thing to the next that'll get you to the next to the next. It just flows so naturally. It's really, really cool. But as you guys can see, after dark, yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock. It gets really dark. So that's why I'm trying to get this helmet light made up right away for you guys, because I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, I just turned and looked at the stream, and it's pretty dark. So there we go. There we go. That's what we needed. Okay. Oh. Do I have my flask on me? I don't. Okay. It doesn't matter that much. Okay. So you, and you. Wait a second. Was that not the recipe? I thought that was the recipe. Did I read that wrong? 3 cloth. Oh, it's crafted at the workbench. That's why, not the loom. Worky bench. There we go. Craft that bad boy up. And forget the key to turn that on. Hold on a second. It tells you. I thought it told me. What is the key for the light? Oh, L. There we go. There we go. That's better. So now we have at least a little bit of illumination at night for you guys. You can actually see what I'm looking at. All right. And just toss the rest of this stuff back up in here. There we go. We're done with this for the moment. Put that out. And put you back. There we go. And I might as well put you in there too. Okay. There we go. So, what I think I want to start off with is the smelting station. I think that, like, the blacksmith area. And now, for my idea for the blacksmith area is I want to have it kind of be an open area, right? I don't want to be, like, in a closed-off building. Oh, hello, Onion. I will take you. I want it to be open. In fact, most of my stations are going to be open. Except for the kitchen / slaughterhouse area. I think that one will be enclosed. But most of the builds are going to be open. But I want to do some testing to see, like, the best dimensions, the best design, to make it look natural and flow naturally as well. So I'm thinking over here, I'm going to have, my layout, I think, is going to be something like this. We'll have, like I said, castle in the middle. Behind the castle, I think I want to do the cooking / kitchen / food and drink area behind the castle. And then we'll have to the left of the castle, we'll have the wood area. To the right of the castle, we'll have the blacksmith area. I'm thinking that's how I want it, or maybe we'll swap those. We'll put the wood area on one side or on the right side, and the smelting area over here. I think that would probably be okay. First thing I need to do is let me grab these. Don't need the spears anymore. Use those to take down some crocodiles. But I do want to get all of these nodes out of here. We're gonna do a little bit of cleanup, just to give ourselves a nice little open space here. And I'm going to put down a storage crate. That way we can gather up all these stones. They go a flying when you break down a boulder. go. Toss those all in there. Is that gonna be a big enough area? I think we'll get rid of these two, and then we'll just kind of use this area right in here to put down our smelting room, our blacksmith area. Gather up all of the stones. In the beginning, you do not want anything to go to waste. Later on, you know, you can be a little bit more choosy about what you're picking up and that kind of thing. So, but in the beginning, you don't want anything to go to waste. But again, I'm really this is just a, you know, my creative world. So he really in this type of playthrough, you know, this type of world, you don't have to worry about it. But it's really hard sometimes for me to separate like a playthrough, you know, type of world from like when I play in a regular playthrough, and when I'm doing just a testing run through, I sometimes have difficulty letting go of my regular playthrough play style, if it were. It can be difficult to switch out. So I find myself hoarding everything, no matter what, which is not necessary all the time. But hey, that's that's how it goes. All right, log cart, I love you. You're awesome. We're just gonna clean up the area a little bit, guys, and then we will get busy building. So yeah, the log cart is awesome. I recommend getting your hands on a log cart. Get one of these made as soon as you can. If you can get it done on day one, awesome. Very, very useful. All right, let's put down some. Where are they at? Log stands. There we go. We'll just toss these down. We'll move them as needs be. We're gonna need these for our finished design anyway, so we might as well fill them up, get them down. There we go. Pick up more logs. Just going to clear out this basic area, and then we will get to building. Oh, what am I doing? Sitting here just trying to pick up all the logs at once. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. You can only carry 3 at one time. Oh, awesome. Okay, keep on rolling. There we go. One more load. And we should have those all filled up. Man, almost perfect. It's almost like I planned it, but I didn't. Did not plan that at all. Grab those. And I'll grab these. Okay. There we go. Oh, get off of there. There we go. Yep. One shy. That's okay. We can throw that in here. There we go. Okay, so now we've got a pretty decent little open area here where we can start building. So good. Let me get this out of the way. We'll get the stick out of the way. So the way I want to build this is we're going to start with our foundations. And I want to lower this down as low as I can. So something like that. Put them like this. Alright. See, this is what I was talking about, guys. You see how it won't let me build it here? It's because there was a slight elevation change right there. So even though this is a pretty flat area, it's not completely flat because I can't continue to go out this way. So that is what we're here to you know, that's one of the purposes of testing. So could you imagine getting this all built out and then realizing there's an elevation change? Oh, that would suck. So I think what would probably be better to do is start here. We'll start here and then move our way towards the lake. That would probably make things a little bit easier here. All right. Let's start right here. So again, we're going to lower this down. Just something like that. And I don't know how wide I want to make this. So, in this game, there are four mineable resources, I guess. There's iron, there's aluminum, copper, and cobalt. Then you have lead that you actually have to mine by hand that you can get. So lead ore. And then there is also steel, which you make by combining iron ore and lead ore together. So there's 6 basic resources that you can smelt into resources. There we go. Into bricks. You've got the iron ingot, lead ingot, steel, copper, aluminum, and cobalt. These are the aluminum, iron, copper, and cobalt you can have extracted manually or automatically. So you can actually set up mineral extractors to extract those. Lead you have to get by hand by going to the caves. And be careful in the caves, guys, because they're full of scorpions. You would not believe how annoying they are. And sometimes they are so hard to see. Oh, you'll burn through your meds quick, that's for sure, because they infect you like all the time. And then also you can get coal from mining in the caves as well. It's no longer extracted or doesn't show up in the extractors anymore, which is really cool. Because you in previous iterations of this game, you would have boxes upon boxes upon boxes of coal, and you'd eventually just be tossing it on the ground because you had so much of it. Okay, so what I want to do, let me show you guys. If we take a look here, I'll go over to this will be a good way to demonstrate. So we have our minerals here. All of the storage boxes are like this, all right? They have 4 rows, each with 10 spaces. So there's a total of 40 items in a storage box. And when you're getting ore, you are getting 1 ore will take up 1 space. So if you have 40 ore, that'll take up an entire storage box. So what I think I want to do is I would like to build, make this so that I have at least 4 of the forges. So, all right, let's see, placeable, other. So we have our brick forges. I kind of want these to be centered in like this. So, one there. Oh, darn it. It's not straight. All right, let's try that again. Let's get this lined up right. There we go. That's straight. So I'll have to redo that one here. Let's do these one at a time. So I know that these will work now. So we can move these and get them lined up right. And we can do them one at a time. All right. So that is looking good. So something like that. Oh, darn it. It's not centered. Sorry, guys. I can be a perfectionist at times. Let's do it from this area here. All right. Does that look about right? Yeah. That's pretty good. It's not perfect, but it'll do. So we'll have 4 of these guys, right? Construction. There we go. And we will we'll set them all down like this. Same placement here. Roughly. Doesn't have to be exact, but... There we go. That's great. So the reason I want to have 4 of these is because one of these can do 10 items at a time, right? So if you have 4 of them, that'll do an entire storage box worth of ores. Less time wasted, more time efficient, which is the name of the game. You want to try to be as efficient as possible. You don't want to waste time in this game. Constantly want to be building, constantly want to be gathering, constantly want to be smelting down resources. There's number 3. So now we can do number 4. There we go. Beautiful. And something like... Oop. A little bit of space off the wall there. That should be okay. Okay. So that's what we're looking at, guys. Something like that. Ultimately, that's what the build's gonna be. Well, there's gonna be more to it, obviously, but we'll start. I'm gonna start with 1 and then add on down the road. Getting one of these brick forges up as soon as you can. Really, really, really helpful. Really helpful. You need so much iron in the beginning. I think I'm gonna put 1 there. I'm gonna put 1 there. There we go. Excellent. Okay. So that's gonna be pretty much the footprint of the blacksmith area. So it's actually going to be 6 foundations wide. How deep do I want it? Probably at least 2, maybe 3. So if we do something like this, is 2 going to be enough? I think 2 might be enough. Yes. 2 might be enough. Excellent. So the reason I space these out, guys, is because I like to leave space in between them so I can throw down some of these bad boys. If you leave enough space, you can actually throw down like stone storage crates. There we go, something like that. So you can move those in and out as you need them. Perfect. I love that. And then back behind is where I will actually set up my mineral extractors. But to line this, what we'll do is, since this is going to be open, we're actually just going to throw down railings. It's going to be completely open. Ooh. But it will have a roof on it eventually. And then we'll maybe put some poles in here. Might have to bust out those. Probably should have put the poles first. Yeah, I should have put the poles first. Oh, wait, I had it. There we go. So we can put poles. And I think this is going to be... Do I want it to go up 2? 2 might be too much. But I don't know if 1 is going to be enough. We'll start with 1 and we'll see what we look like. There we go. Come on. There we go. And then this will have more over here, more railings, and I'll add those in later. This is just kind of giving a basic outline of the structure. Looking good, looking good. And what I think I'll do is, let me go grab one of those here real quick. Okay, let me take you over here so we can have these back here. I want to see. Oh, here, let's do it like this here. Get it lined up here. Something like that. Can I access you from inside? Yes, I can. Oh, beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. So I'll line up the mineral extractors behind, and these are going to be, generally speaking, most of these are just going to be set on stone. It is much faster in this game to smelt down stone than it is to wait for the iron ore. So the way this works, let me go show you here. If you don't have this set on extract only stone, you have a chance to get either iron ore, iron fragments, or a stone. And that's every 5 minutes. But when you have it set on extract stone only, you're guaranteed to get a stone every single minute. So it's a lot faster just to gather the stone and smelt down the stone for iron fragments. And then use those iron fragments to smelt down into iron ingots. But you will need iron ore, so that's why it's always good to have a few of your mineral extractors when you get to that point. Have a few of them set to extract the ore, and then just use your iron fragments to make the ingots and save your iron ore for when you need to combine with lead in order to make steel. But that's going to be perfect. So yeah, that'll work great. I'll line the mineral extractors on the back of these guys here. Then what I want to do is right here on both of these sides, I'm actually going to put down a chest rack. And we'll get this nestled up right against, right like that. How does that look? That looks good. Nestled right up against it. Perfect. And we'll do the same over here. We'll put a chest rack right here as well. Something like that. And I don't want it to be inside. Here, let me just like that. That's pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Perfect. I love it. I love it. And then I'll use these to store some of the other ores. And then on the outside, surrounding, okay, well, how do I want to do this? Let me take a look at the railings here, guys. So we have 2 here and 2 here. Okay, and then we can do a half railing here and here. That'll leave a nice open space to get in and out. That'll be good. And then what I want to do is line all of these up with ingot storage racks. So if we go to storage, we've got, you can see we have iron ingots, copper, aluminum, cobalt, lead, and steel. The ones you're going to need the most of are iron. That's going to be the one you're going to use the most of, period. And then probably aluminum, I would guess, would be second, because you use a lot of aluminum for a lot of different items. And then copper, and then cobalt. Lead and steel you're not going to need nearly as much of. So I think what I would do is I would make most of this side iron. Over here on this side, I can put my lead and my steel just to line this here. And then on this side, I can make my aluminum, cobalt, and copper on this side. I think that would work. Question is, how many can we fit in here? Not 100% sure, but I'm not too worried about it. I can figure that out later. But I think that's going to work great. And then, we just close this off here. So we can add this in here. Close that off there. Close that off there. And then we can add on a roof. Now, do I want this to, and then I can add in poles and everything else. But what kind of roof do I want here? A pitched roof? There, let's see what we can do here. Let's go to roofs. Wood slanted roof. Oh, I don't want it to go in that. Yeah, I want it going that way, like that. There we go. So we'll have this come down like this. And then we'll go back to the other side here. And I had it. Maybe if I go from this side. That's one of the things that can be a little annoying is placement. There we go, like that. Okay, cool. Since it's only 2 blocks, that works out perfectly. That works out perfectly. Although it is kind of going through the mineral extractors, so I might something like that. And maybe I can add in. Let's see. Can I add in? Can I add you? Yeah. Like that. There we go. That looks good. Oh, getting stuck. Beautiful. Look at that. So it's a nice open space. It's a nice open area. Just like that. Bird, get out of here. I will axe you. I warned you. Alright, put that away. Yeah, so I like the idea of an open area. Open smelting area. And then what I think I would do is, so this would be like the blacksmith area, right? And then behind we'll have all our mineral extractors for the stone and the ores. And then off to the side, so maybe I will make like a little path leading around. And then off to the side, I would like to make a kind of like a workshop building, you know, where we can put our crafting stations and all that fun stuff. So we'll have all of our ores right here, and then we'll have like a storage / crafting area where we can have our workbenches and that fun stuff. And yeah, I think that'd be perfect. Perfect. And now that I'm looking at this, maybe instead of having it going this way, we can actually have it going this way instead. because it is pretty long, right? So if we have the castle in the middle, right here, and then we have on this side, we've got our we have our, ooh, I just had an idea. So castle in the middle. What if we did this kind of like a circular kind of pattern, right? Kind of, so it kind of circles around, the arcs around the castle. So we'll have like this, the blacksmith area here, and then in the corner area back here, we'll have our workstation, right? We're kind of like our where we put everything together. And then behind the castle, we'll have our wood chopping station with our logs and our planks and all that. That way, we have our crafting station or crafting area right in the middle, right in the middle of both of our blacksmith area, our smelting area, and our wood chopping area. I think that would be that would be cool. And then on the other side, we can go, the kitchen area with we can have a, like back in the back we'll have the slaughterhouse, right, kind of over here, and then that'll lead into the actual kitchen building area, which will be next to the growing area. I like that idea. I think that'll be great. That'll be perfect. So we have kind of like a nice little U shape behind, kind of around the castle of all of the various crafting stations, building stations, everything that we need. And then we'll have the castle here, and it's going to be facing the road, right? And then we'll have off to the side, probably on the side next to the smelting area, we'll have our garage where we'll store our truck. And then we'll have a fence that encircles the entire area, surrounds the entire area, and a giant gate out the front where the truck can enter and exit right onto the road. Oh, I think that's going to be awesome. Oh, I'm getting excited. This is so cool. So yeah, this is going to work out perfectly. It's going to be so good. Another thing I like to do is I like to put storage boxes on top of all of the forges, just to hold like iron fragments, or like let's say I'm smelting down aluminum. I can just toss a box of aluminum on top, something like that. Whatever box I'm working with, I like to kind of keep that up top. But yeah, throw storage on top to hold those fragments as you're cooking them. Another good thing, another thing I like doing. But yeah, having multiple storage racks to hold the actual boxes of ore that need to be smelted down. I love it. And then nice open concept. I never liked the idea of trying to enclose a giant forge like this. It just makes more sense to me to have being open, so you have ventilation. You don't die. If you're doing it in an enclosed area, you'd think, that wouldn't work very well. So I always try to open it up. Same with the wood cutting area. If you're cutting down giant logs into planks, there's going to be sawdust going everywhere. So having that in an enclosed space probably wouldn't be the best idea. So they're both going to be kind of open, and then our workshop will actually be an enclosed building where we can do put the items together. So I think that's going to be good. Let me see here what I missed in chat. Sorry guys, I've just been yapping on and not even paying attention to chat. I apologize. Let's see. Is there a story to the game? Not yet. There's not a story mode yet, but that will be added. The dev has indicated that he does have a story in mind. You'll find often that games in alpha, that the storylines are one of the last things they actually add into the game. So a lot of times in alpha games that's the case. That's how it is in 7 days, and that's how it is in this game as well. So nothing currently in regards to a story mode, but there is one in the works and will be added at a later date for sure. How many items are in the game? That's a very good question. There are quite a few. So I'll just kind of flip through them. I'm not going to sit here and count them all, but in construction, you've got all of these different options. Walls, ceilings, roofs, stairs, railing or doors, railings, and other. And a lot of these can be upgraded as well to concrete. Your placeables, we've got your standard workbenches, all of the storage items, all of the power related items. We have all the items that you use to make food, different furniture items, and we have other items as well. And then in the Itempedia, we have a whole bunch more. We have all of our weapons and tools. These are the various resources, general resources in the game right now. Food and drink. He's added in a whole bunch more food and drink. It used to be very, very basic. And he's added in a lot of different items. So you've got bacon and chicken, livers now. You have, let's see, watermelon, corn, potatoes, melons, eggs, onions, cucumbers, fish. You can actually dry whole fish now, which is kind of cool. Let's see here. You've got multiple. So it used to be meat stew was the go-to, but there are so many more like master recipes. So you've got the meat stew, potato pie, bacon pie, onion soup, fruit salad, veggie salad. You can make rations, which do not have a spoil timer and pretty much fill up almost everything, which is awesome. So that's in the food. Seeds, these are currently all the vegetables in the game. So watermelons, or fruits and vegetables, watermelons, corn, cucumber, melon, potatoes, onions, pumpkins. Armor and clothing, these are all the clothing items, armor items that you can do. Winter, you've got winter gear, you've got summer gear. So some of these you'll see they reduce your heat index. So like this one's -5 heat, this one's -3. And then some of them add to heat. So some of them are good for winter, and some of them are good for summer. And they all give you basic armor. Some of, like the clothing gives you very small amounts of armor, but the actual armor pieces, so the chest armor, the helmet, the leg armor, and the boots all give you expanded armor rating as well, which is cool. In the other, you've got all of the some various crafting or stuff that you can craft up. You have all of the tech. So you have to actually go. There are 14 different techs in the game right now, or 12. Is it? No, it's 14. 14. 14 techs right now that you have to actually go and gather. So since we're in free build mode, I didn't have to actually gather all these, but if we take a look at the map here, there are 7 different cities in the game. So like right here, there's one right here. There's one right by the fishing spot. There's one over here. But pretty much every area, they're kind of spread out. There's one here, there's one here, there's one here, one down here. So there's 7 total cities spread around the map. And there's 2 tech in every single city. Which means in order to get access to all of the items, you actually have to explore the map, visit all of the villages, and loot all of the POIs in these villages in order to get your hands on all of the tech, which is awesome. Let's see, where were we? Other, yeah. And what it can be slightly frustrating. I will tell you that, because it's random what tech you get. Like the 14, they will spawn in, right? So no, there aren't any like duplicates. But where they spawn in is not set. They will always spawn in a town, right? but only 2 will spawn per town, and where they spawn, which POI they spawn in the town is random. Which tech actually spawns in each town is random. So you're not going to get the same tech every single time. And there are some techs in the beginning that are better than others. So, like for instance, wouldn't make any sense whatsoever to get, let's say, the oil pump, right? Let's say you get the oil pump tech, but you haven't found any of the power techs yet. Well, that tech is completely useless until you find like a wind turbine, or the the solar panel, something that would provide power. Same with the fridge. That one is kind of useless until you get some of the power techs. Lamp tech, that one is that's one of the weaker ones. I hardly ever use the lamps in the game, but yeah, there's a lot of these that actually you have to find other tech in order to make them useful, which kind of makes the randomness a little frustrating, because sometimes you'll hit up a town, you'll search the entire thing, and finally find your tech, and it's 2 tech that you can't do anything with. So you have to. Usually, when I go tech hunting, I'll pick a day or 2, and just go from town to town to town and just gather them all. That's all I'll do. I won't go through and loot everything in the POIs. I might pick and choose some certain items that I really need. But generally speaking, I'm just looking for tech. That way I just kind of get them out of the way. And then you'll have access to everything. You'll be able to craft anything in the game as long as you have the resources to do so. And then he did add in bulk recipes for some of the craftable items, which is good, especially for things like rope and arrows and nails and stuff like that. Clay, oh, that's a good one. In the olden days, guys, you used to have to literally craft things one item at a time, right? So you'd go to your workbench, and so for like a bone arrow, you'd literally have to take one bone shard, 1 feather, 1 stick, 1 rope, craft, and do that over and over and over again until you have all the arrows that you want. So he was gracious enough to add in some bulk recipes for us, which makes the crafting go a lot faster and be a lot less tedious. Because in the beginning, it could be very tedious crafting. But he's the one thing I love about this dev: single developer, single dude, very responsive to the community. The Discord server, there's a good amount of people on the Discord server, the infected Discord server. And he's very responsive to the community. A lot of the additions and changes that you've seen over the past updates have been suggestions from the community, which is awesome. I love to hear that. That the developers actually taking feedback and implementing changes, and not always. He doesn't take every suggestion and put that in the game. He still is sticking to his vision for the game. But at the same time, he appreciates feedback and implements things that he thinks make sense in his, add to the game and don't take away from the ultimate vision that he has for the game, which I really respect. I think that's awesome. All right, so where are we at here? Trapdoors, secret passages, dungeons, treasure room. Yeah. I wish. I have some ideas for the castle. I don't want to spoil any of the. I'm not gonna go through all of the builds because I want to keep some of the stuff secret for the actual playthrough. But I do have some ideas for the castle. So yes, it's gonna be sweet. I've never actually attempted to build a castle in this game yet. Primarily because up until recently the shapes were kind of limited. So as you see right now, we have the square foundation and the corner foundation. He added in the corner foundations not too long ago. It used to be just a wooden foundation, so pretty much all of your builds were boxy. There were no round edges. And when I build castles, I like kind of having like the curved towers, you know, that kind of look to it. And you can't. I mean, you can. So here, let me. I'll just demonstrate. So if you take 4 of these, right, and you put them together, something like, come on, nope, there we go. Something like this, right? You get that nice kind of rounded shape. But the only problem is, if you want to make this into a tower, you can't really put the stairs in, right? So you see how like the stairs hang off the side, right? There's no way to actually fit the stairs on this this tower here. So you actually have to get a little creative in the way you use those. Instead of just doing a simple circle like that, you kind of have to add in... Well, I guess I can give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek here. Okay, so something like... Yeah, let's get to a little bit more space here. So we'll come over here. So if we go to foundation, so something like this. So we have this here, and then you add these onto here. So we got one. Oh, come on. Flip around. There we go. One there. One there and one there. It's not a perfect circle, right? It's not like a perfect round, but now you have the ability to add in the stairs in a way that would actually make sense. So you could put the stairs, you could actually put the stairs in a few different places that can make it a viable tower, right? So something like this is a much better than just trying to make them exactly out of the curved ones. But what's cool is, yeah, you can use the walls. We've got the corner walls with windows. He's even got the glass corner walls as well, so you can make them out of glass. So yeah, a lot more building options now, which makes more creative builds a little more viable, which is why I was excited with this playthrough, because I finally get to build a proper castle in the Infected. I love it. Okay, how many I went through that already. Scott, welcome to the stream. Monkey Man, welcome, and Copper Kid, welcome to the stream. Sorry I missed you guys. I didn't see you pop in. Sorry, I've been neglecting chat here, trying to get caught back up here. The Infected or 7 Days to Die? What's your mind? Are you asking which one I think is the better game? I think they are both awesome. They have similarities, but they also have a lot of differences. They're not exactly the same. I honestly, 7 Days to Die is still the better game, hands down. No questions about it. It's a little unfair comparison though, because 7 Days to Die has been in development since 2013, and The Infected is not even a year and a half old. So 7 Days to Die has quite a bit of a head start on The Infected. I think they're both really, really fun games. I think The Infected has a lot of potential, and the dev is very passionate and very hardworking and very responsive to the community, which is something I really, really appreciate and is commendable. So they both have their pros and cons, but if I had to choose which one I thought is the better of the two games, it's obvious that, to me anyway, 7 Days to Die is much further along and it offers a little bit more than The Infected, but The Infected has come a very long way in a very short time, which is awesome, and is still, even in the current state that it's in right now, still a very, very enjoyable game. Very enjoyable for sure. And one thing that I think, if I had to give in the Infected the edge over 7 Days to Die, is the progression. So, like in this stream, I'm just showing off the free build, right? The free build world. But if you take a look at the items, so in the very beginning of the game, you start with nothing, right? Nothing at all. And it gives you a little tutorial on how to get yourself started. Very first thing it tells you to make is a stone axe. Okay, so you need a stick and a stone. You can find those on the ground, pick them up, craft them here on your personal crafting area. You know, you can in the inventory, you can actually craft on this little board thing here and make yourself the tools that you need to get started. Then it tells you to make a stone pickaxe. Well, in order to make a stone pickaxe, you need a stick, a stone blade, and 2 plant fibers. The only way you can get plant fibers is by chopping down trees. Perfect. We just created our stone axe, so we have the ability to chop down trees. Then you can use your stone blade, or you can use pick up a stone, craft that, make that into a stone blade on your bench. Use the plant fibers you just gained by chopping down a tree to make your stone pick, and then you move on. Then it tells you, okay, you need to make a saw bench. Saw bench creates planks. The saw bench takes 4 wood logs. The only way to get wood logs is by chopping down trees. You chop those trees down with the stone axe that you made at the very beginning of the game. So the progression is very fluid. It's very natural. And then from there, you need to eventually make a workbench. Well, for the workbench, you need a plank. You need planks, which you can get from the saw bench that you built, but you also need nails. So how do you get nails? Well, in order to get nails, you have to make a stone forge, which is part of the tutorial, and smelt down stones into iron fragments. For iron fragments, smelt down into iron ingots. Then you have to make your anvil, right, in order to make the nails that will get you to the workbench. And everything in this game is like that. The progression is beautiful. And it eventually gets to the point where you just start, you start so small. You literally start by picking up a stone, picking up a stick, combining those, then you're off to the races. And then you're making your situation just a little bit better. And by the time you get to the end of the game, like the end game, you have a dozen or 2 dozen mineral extractors down, right? And you have, half a dozen oil extractors down. And you're cranking out resources left and right and tossing them in the brick forge to smelt them down. And it just builds on itself and builds on itself till you get to the point where you can build crazy things in this game. Like awesome, crazy, huge builds. And it never really feels... The grind never really feels like a grind. So that's one thing I would definitely say is a major plus for the Infected. When I play this game, it's amazing. Even in the very beginning, because I picked this game up the day it launched on Steam. I've had this game since day one. And I've put out a few videos on it in the past. And I've tried a few times to start a series on it in the current version. And then I finally got it to the point where I think I have an idea of where I want to take the series and where I want to go, how I want to frame it, and all that fun stuff. But I never really had a series where I showcased all of this stuff to you guys. But when I played personally, because I played it a lot in the beginning, and I played it sporadically throughout. I try out every single update, and all that fun stuff. But in the beginning, there was never really a time where the grind seemed like too much of a grind. Because that's a problem a lot of survival games have, is the grind actually feels like a grind. And when the grind actually feels like a grind, it can take away from the enjoyability of the game. Excuse me, I had to take a sip. And that's something I really noticed with this game, is that the progression seems so natural. Everything flows so well that it doesn't, the grind doesn't feel too excessive. It just works. I don't know. It's hard to explain without actually jumping in and trying it for yourselves. So, but I'm kind of hoping to demonstrate that in the playthrough, in the series that I have planned, because I don't think it's something that you can adequately explain with words. I think you actually have to see it, which is why you'll notice in the playthrough that I'm kind of doing steps. I set goals for myself for every day. Like, this is what we're going to accomplish today, guys. And I talk about why we're going to accomplish this. And by accomplishing this, what will this set us up for? What is this the stepping stone to get us to next? And so I think it's more a much better way to effectively showcase that progression, without just trying to explain it through words. I like to show as much as I can. I think showing is a lot. Sometimes it can be much more effective than telling. So that was the idea behind the series, and I'm hoping that I can pull it off, and I'm hoping I can get across what I'm trying to get across with this game, because it's pretty awesome. So I don't know, Scott. I don't know if that is what you were asking, but hopefully that answered your question. Kelly says, I haven't played The Infected, been thinking about it. 7 Days to Die is a good game I enjoy. Yes, I enjoy 7 Days as well, but The Infected is awesome as well. Similarities between the two, but a lot of differences between the two as well. Plus the price on Steam for The Infected is really cheap. I think it's like $14.99 or $15, something like that. And I definitely think I think I can safely say you'll get your money's worth if you give it a try. But if this type of game is your cup of tea, you have to enjoy survival crafting games. If you don't enjoy survival crafting games, then you probably won't be a fan of either 7 Days to Die or The Infected, because they both fit into that category. Let's see. 7 Days to Die is 100 times better than this game. Zombies are a joke in this game. Yeah, Monkey Man, I would agree. I wouldn't say 100 times more. 7 Days to Die is definitely the more fleshed out game. It's definitely better. One of the major criticisms that I have of the current state of The Infected is, it's $13.99. Awesome. Thanks, Kelly. So it's pretty cheap, pretty reasonable. One of the major criticisms I have about this game in its current state is the combat in the game. The Vambies, although they have been improved slightly, they're still not there. They're very, even the swarms, they don't pose too much of a challenge. They actually, the first couple are kind of exciting, but they lose their appeal quickly, because you get to the point where they're not really dangerous. They don't pose a real threat, and they get to the point where they kind of feel a little tedious, annoying, like interruptions, because you're gathering and building and creating and and all that fun stuff. And then every 3 days you have to, take a break, and they just, it can be a little bothersome, because if they posed a significant threat, I think he's going to get there. I have faith in this dev that he's going to get it to the point where the combat and the Vambies will pose combat will be much better, and the Vambies will pose a more significant threat to your game as you're playing. So yeah, again, keep in mind, 7 Days to Die has been in development since 2013. This game has been in development since August of 2020, I believe it is. So a year and a half. So almost we got 9 years for 7 Days, year and a half for this game, and yeah, that's just something you got to keep in mind if you're doing an A/B comparison between the two games. 7 Days has quite a long lead for sure. Let's see here. Hi, Saven and friends. Hope everyone is healthy, happy, and relaxing this fine Friday. I definitely am, Cooper Kid. Feeling a lot better, although you guys might, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. My voice is still a little scratchy. I'm going to be taking a quick fiver here in just a second. Just to give my voice a little bit of a break, because I have the tendency to yap constantly, and take a little 5-minute break, refill my beverage and all that fun stuff. So, but I'm feeling much better than I was last week. It feels good to get over. Getting sick sucks. I hate it. I hate it so much. But thankfully, this one wasn't too severe. Didn't have me. Didn't knock me on my butt for too long. It was just a few days of rest, and I was back in business. So, let's see. In the idea of putting out your fire, does rain always fall straight down? Yeah. Well, so if you look over here, as long as your structure, your so I have a shelter above my campfire here. As long as your campfire is underneath the structure, so let's say my campfire were sitting like right here, so it was partially covered and partially not covered, then the rain would put out your campfire. August 7th, 20. See, I knew it. I thought it was August. Yes, I remembered correctly. Hooray! Oh. Hey guys, I gotta tell you, the older you get, the worse your memory gets. So that's a big win that I could remember that published date. It's a big win for me, at least. Yeah. So the weather or the rain does currently see how this is open. The weather, like the wind in the game currently, it won't drive the rain, kind of slanted, so the rain won't go in here, kind of down like that, and put your campfire out currently. So as long as you have it covered, underneath something, you should be fine. The brick forges, these do not get put out during a rainstorm. Regular forges and campfires will, but the brick forges, you can actually just, as you see, I have this one here just sitting on a foundation out in the open. This box I put there after I was smelting down some stone. So yeah, that does nothing. But yeah, the brick forge you can leave out in the open without having anything above it, because the rain will not put that out, which is kind of cool. All right, Reinhardt, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. All right, guys. So we are about. Oh wow, we're an hour and 40 minutes in. So I think I am gonna take a quick 5-minute break here, guys. I'm gonna throw on the commercials, and I will get up and stretch, fill up my beverage, and we will get back to it. I'm probably only gonna go for another 45 minutes or so, but yeah, my voice is. I don't want to go too hard, else I'm going to lose my voice, which would really be bad, because then I couldn't do the recording I need to do next week. Anyway, all right, guys, let me take a quick 5-minute break, and I will be back in 5 minutes, I guess. Hey there, folks. My name is Buzz, owner of Buzz's Bar. proud purveyor of our world-famous Grandpa's line of fine spirits and adult beverages. My grandpa always used to say, booze makes you better at everything. So he whipped up a special batch of moonshine, Grandpa's Learning Elixir. Are you looking to master a high-powered, fully automatic firearm? Well, toss back some Grandpa's Learning Elixir and lock and load. Looking to increase your proficiency with some complex motorized tools? Well, don't forget the Grandpa's Learning Elixir. Down that moonshine and get to work. So come on down to Buzz's Bar and grab some Grandpa's Learning Elixir. It makes you better at everything. Please drink responsibly.
Hey there, folks. My name is Nancy Sylvia Anderson, and I'm the new owner of Poppin' Pills. Our beloved founder Jared, who chased a squirrel into the forest and was never seen again, always believed that it was our duty to offer only the best in pharmaceuticals to our customers. And what better way to ensure that quality than by partnering with our supplier, Higashi Pharmaceuticals? I mean, if you can't trust an international mega corporation, then who can you trust? Higashi maintains the highest standards of animal testing performed in the most ethical and humane conditions. They use the latest methods and technology to research and develop life-saving and beneficial pharmaceuticals, like our brand new anabolic steroids, guaranteed to make you jump higher, run faster, and perform extraordinary feats of strength with absolutely no long-term effects whatsoever. So in the words of our beloved founder, come on down to Poppin' Pills and do some drugs.
Hey there, boys. My name is Candy, owner of Big Buns. It's totally a bakery. People just can't resist getting their hands on my Big Buns. The girls and I just love churning the butter, kneading the dough, and whipping up the tastiest of treats you cannot resist putting in your mouth. We use only the ripest peaches, melons, and mangoes, and our milk cans are refreshed daily. I'm so proud to announce our latest creation, Jigglypuffs. They are just so delicious, and boy, do they jiggle. So come on down to Big Buns and get your hands on some now. We also offer private baking lessons. The girls can take you one-on-one or entire groups at a time. They have what it takes to satisfy your every baking need. So don't get all hot and bothered. We prefer hot and buttered. Ron, sweetie, I think the camera's pointed a little low.
I'm sorry.
So come on down and get your hands on my Big Buns. Big Buns, it's totally a bakery.
We live in a savage world. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry to cut that off like at mid-commercials here. I am back. Now, you remember at the very beginning of the stream when I told you that I was going to have to switch up my streaming schedule because I live too close to a place that does outdoor events that get really, really loud? Well, my roommate just told me that there is an event kicking off in about 10 minutes. So it's about to get very, very loud. I thought I had a few more weeks to prepare for this, but I guess I was mistaken. They are actually kicking off tonight. So I am going to have to wrap up the stream. Otherwise, it literally gets so loud that streaming is impossible. So I apologize. I was hoping to go for another 45 minutes or so, but I am going to have to wrap up the stream, guys, before you would not be able to hear me. So it would be very, 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 very loud. Anyway, guys, I apologize for that. I thought I had a couple of weeks to go, but that is not the case. So I'm going to have to decide what day I want to do streaming. I might keep it on Fridays, but maybe switch the time up a little bit. Probably not, because there are days when I just stream for 5-6 hours. I just feel like streaming for longer. And that would not be possible on Friday nights during the spring and summer where I live, unfortunately. So I will have to think about what day would be best. I don't know. Well, I'll think about it. I'll figure something out. So that way we can keep the streams alive. But just so you guys, again, just so you're aware, starting next week, I'm going back to the Monday, Wednesday schedule time publish time for my videos, and then it was going to be Fridays for streams, but I'm going to have to switch that around. I'll make a post on Saven's World on the community tab, as well as on Discord, the Discord server, to let you guys all know what day I'm going to be switching to the stream to. So make sure I'll let you guys know. Once again, if you haven't yet, hit that like button. Let YouTube know you enjoyed the stream. If you did enjoy the stream. And if you're new, make sure hit that subscribe button as well. The replay will be on Saven's World Live as soon as I can get it downloaded and uploaded onto the site. And usually I can get that done by Saturday. So usually I have that posted on Saturdays. But sometimes YouTube takes their sweet time processing the video, and I have to push the publish back till Sunday. As soon as I get that uploaded and processed on YouTube, the replay will be on Saven's World Live. So, again, if you haven't yet, head over to that channel and give that channel a subscribe. That way you'll be notified when that video is ready to roll for you. And be on the lookout for more of The Infected series, guys. The series is going to continue. So with the decreased publish, I'm going to do Monday will be 7 Days to Die Day. Wednesday will be the Infected Day. So we'll do one video for each series. So those series will continue. Just not as many videos as before. Like I said, with my increased work schedule, that means not as much time to work on the videos. So I have to back down the amount of videos I produce. Back them down just a little bit. But the videos will still keep coming, and as always, I will try my best to do at least one stream a week for you guys. So head over to Saven's World Live, check out the replay if you missed anything. Thank you again, guys, for joining me tonight. I really apologize that I have to cut it short, but if I don't cut it short now, you won't be able to hear me in about 10 minutes. So it's a good time to stop. Oh, love it. All right, guys, have a great night. Thank you again to everybody who joined the stream. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Kelly, for your awesome job as mods. Thank you for posting the links that I mentioned and all that fun stuff. And hey, Reinhardt, thank you very much for subscribing. That is awesome. Right at the end of the stream. Oh, I love it. The alerts are working. That is so cool. One good thing about switching back to OBS to do streaming. So. I had fun, guys. I hope you did as well. But for now, this is Saven saying thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me in Saven's World. And remember, the average gamer is always king of the hill on the bell curve. Have a great night, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Make sure and wish your mother a happy Mother's Day. Give your mom a call. All right, guys. Have a good night.